Okay, this is another example, a great example of why when we start eating healthier and when we start adding those fibers, those fruits and veggies, are we not meant to be losing weight? Why am I getting fatter or heavier on the scalp? This is literally, I love doing this because this is just showing on real people the theory that I study on my books, and I absolutely love this. So this is addressing Ashley, who has done her check-in as usual, and she expresses how last week she's just feeling super bloated and that the weight has suddenly spiked. As you have know about Ashley, we have been having a great journey on weight loss, and we were going through towards the lowest we have been since we started. However, from last week to this week, there was a massive spike on the body weight despite not changing anything with regards to training, but nutrition. So this is amazing because here I'm going to tell Ashley, don't freak out. You suddenly didn't get fatter by getting you to eat more veggies and fruits. So this is what happens. And I asked Ashley, because she was saying, I'm feeling bloated. Why is this big spike on the numbers? So I questioned her. Last week, did you add more fibers since the last check-in? Her check-in being Tuesday, meaning that from Wednesday onwards, she just added more veggies, my fruits. She sent me the photos. She was demonstrating that. And she says, yes, I've also ordered Epsilon Has because I ran out. What this is doing, and this is also very, very common, when someone has maybe not been used to consume enough fiber on their diet, and by fiber I'm talking about veggies and fruits, and then suddenly I increase or I make the carb allowance, or I make from the carb allowance a big part of that coming from veggies, like 20% of that what I'm getting. So Ashley is in a point where we are looking at the specific macros on the day, having veggies on the meals outside training and having fruits on the meals around training. Like Ashley, there are other ladies, many ladies of the team going through the same processes. So what you notice with this, and Aisha is experiencing the same thing, is that when we increase fiber intake, what fiber does is that it brings more water to digest to your digestive tract, and that is the reason why fiber improves digestion. But we need to understand how much of that fiber we're consuming, because if it's too much, then it might actually do the opposite effect. It might just actually lock everything. But however, I know Ashley's diet is not too much. It's just that I massively increase her veg, or considerably increase her veggie intake and fruit intake. And so I have done this with other ladies, and all of you experience the same thing at the beginning of this, which is spike on your body weight. And sometimes a little bit increase on your waistline because you just feel bloated. But what we need to do with this is just have patience. Your body will adapt to it. Your body will understand that this fiber is going to continue. It's going to continuously come through, and so it learns ways and means to get rid of that water accumulated on the digestive tract. But while the body adapts to this, because this is the thing, our bodies are incredible machines, and if we have have got them used to digest easy digestible carbs like complex carbs or simple carbs that have less fiber than fruits and veggies, when we introduce more fiber, our bodies might struggle to know what to do with all that fiber. And what it's doing is just bringing more water to your digestive tract, which ultimately is just going to bring positive things, because it means that you will be able to absorb the micronutrients from the fruits and the veggies. However, when it comes to the body weight, you might see those fluctuations suddenly on your scale because of the excess of water retention on your guts. And if you don't know, your guts are huge. We have like 8 meters of guts. So if you imagine all of that packed with water, obviously it's going to reflect into you feeling bloated or you feeling heavier. On top of that, Ashley, like many of you, has led with a lot of stress recently, last week, which will increase the response from the body on retaining water. So what to do? So fiber is bad. And by the way, just so if you didn't know, when people is getting ready for a bodybuilding show, the week before, they will not eat any fiber, just to get all the digestive tract empty, and so they look leaner. So if you want to look leaner, no, don't do this. But if you do have an event that you need to look super lean at, the night before, don't have any veggies, have high digestible protein and carbs, and simple carbs, and you will wake up super lean. However, long term, this doesn't mean that you're going to be having progress towards your body composition. So just to sum up, it is normal to have increase on the scale weight when we introduce more fiber into the diet. It is normal to feel bloated at first. Just be patient. And if you are consuming psyllium husk, which is one of the supplements I suggest, let's just make sure that you have enough water with the 3 grams or 5 grams of psyllium husk on an empty stomach. You need to have enough water, big water with that, otherwise we will be defeating the purpose of the fiber and you actually get clots. Yeah? This is super, super, super interesting, and I hope you digest this information so you don't feel that you don't feel frustrated that you have been doing everything possible to stick to your diet, but actually the scale is showing something else. I'm pretty certain in 2 weeks' time, when Ashley gets over the illness, that is another thing, she's also got ill. So her body was fighting something last week. The increased fiber, increased stress, all of that has reflected into the scale spiking over a kilo from 1 week to another. It's not fat. It's just a normal process of the body adapting to change. Bye-bye.